Cool. So there's a lot of different, I'm sure there's 1,000 ways to wrap paracord through a knife handle. I'm not a paracord knife handle wrap expert. I just kind of fooled around with this a little bit this morning. Usually I put wood handles on my knives, but I fooled around with it a little bit and came up with a cool design that I thought was neat. I actually came up with a couple different ways, but I'm just going to show you the way that I'm going to do it today, and you can do whatever you want on your own. But essentially, I'm going to pull this through at the edge here until I have, I would say maybe 3 times the knife length. And then I'm going to start wrapping through, and I'm just going to push it through. On the other side, this side I'm not going to do anything with right now. I'm going to pull that through the middle, and then I'm going to pull it around and through. So I'm just going around and through, around and through, around and through like that. And I'll show you what to do with this other piece in a second. Every time I put it through, I'm making sure that it's really tight. And I did not sharpen the knife yet, and if you needed to take this off and clean it or something, a good idea would be to take some duct tape or something and tape it on the edge here, just so you can handle this thing without worrying about cutting yourself. In fact, if you ever need to make a a change to the knife with a tool or anything after it's sharpened, I always tape the heck out of the blade, just because if you're working with tools and stuff, you don't want this thing to fling and hurt you. So I'm just going around and through, and pretty much we're going to do this till we get to the end. There's one little trick here that I'm going to do with this other piece. So right now, every 2 times, it doesn't have to be every 2 times, but I'm going to do it every 2 times I go through. You can see 1, 2. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to bring it through the other side. Okay, and what I like about this is it allows me to really pull this tight against this side, and it's just going to make like a weave pattern through. So now I'm just going to continue with the one that's going around and through. You could do all kinds of cool stuff with this. With this knife, I thought maybe I would actually get like a ferrocerium rod and like a small one, and like put it in here and like get it somehow stuck in the handle. I mean, I might have to hollow this out more, but you could do something cool like that, and then you'd have like a survival fire striker or something in there. So this is our second time around now with this one. So now I'm going to take this guy and put it back through here, right, to the other side, and I'm going to pull this down tight. And you could obviously use this knife without any paracord on it. It wouldn't be very comfortable, but you could. So making sure this is tight. Now I've gone 2 times. I'm pulling this one back through again, and I'm pulling it tight. Just making sure that everything stays real good and tight. Okay, now when I get back here to this hole that I made, I'm going to just wrap this one around and through this way, and this one around and through that way. And then at the back there, I'm going to tie them together. And then I'm going to leave a little bit on there as like a little lanyard. Okay, so there's the wrap. I think it looks pretty cool. Feels actually pretty comfortable. You know, as comfortable as a paracord wrap is going to be. So now I'm just going to tie an overhand knot. I think that's what I'm going to do anyway. Sure. So I'm going to tie an overhand knot in here. I'm going to try and get it as tight as I can. up against the knife. Oops. And then I'm just going to actually tie another overhand knot back here, and I'm gonna leave a little bit of paracord on here as like a little lanyard. We'll see how I like it. If I don't like it later, I'll just cut it off. And then I'll just burn the tips of these and get them, you know, melted. But that's it. And remember what I said before is that when we first pulled it out of the fire, it was really, really hard, and actually too hard, and it was really brittle. So last night I took it home and I put it in the oven